Hi guys, it's Judith Rissing, a personal trainer and strength and conditioning coach here from movepainfree.co.uk. I want to talk about how I'm managing my clients, what sorts of advice I give them when they first come to me. It is very difficult, isn't it? When you have a consultation with them, you sit down, you talk about the past exercise and medical history, you talk about the present, you talk about where they want to be, but they all have such different backgrounds, and you sometimes don't know what you can share with a person and what you should hold back on and maybe talk to them about it later. However, there are a few guidelines I always want them to keep in mind and go back to time. I collected 5 of them to start with, so I always start with these 5. I'm going to share 3 today with you. These guidelines are going to adhere to consumption of macronutrients. That is obviously fat, protein and carbs. So when it comes to fats, especially with my ladies, I can't emphasize it enough to them that they do need to consume fat. Actually, they need to consume fat to lose fat, as I tell them. It's extremely important because we know that without essential fatty acids, without those essential fats, we won't be able to produce certain hormones. If we don't produce those hormones clearly, very, very quickly, especially with females, we will see side effects of weight gain. That is down to things like lowered estrogen levels and hypothyroid function, because we're not going to produce the hormones that are needed for metabolic balance. I'm not going to go into the chronic details of this because obviously those are quite extensive and quite serious. But let's just say that a couple of tablespoons of extra fat a day will hopefully help to sort these problems out. So with our fats, to sort out the female hormones and male hormones, of course, as well, improve testosterone levels and growth hormone levels. A good addition would be to have a tablespoon of coconut oil with breakfast or after breakfast. Looking at the different ranges, their taste is completely different, but if we want to go with one guideline, then that would be buying organic. I think the coconut oil makes coconut butter, because it's usually solid at room temperature. It makes our dishes quite tasty and slightly Asian. You have that Asian infusion in your meals. So please give it a go. Try different brands. You know, you might don't like one, but you love others. So two tasty ones for spreading actually is the raw product and Lucy Bee from Sainsbury's. They're both organic and quite nice. So 1 flat tablespoon of that with your breakfast, and with your lunch or dinner, having a teaspoon of linseed oil would be advised. They both are extremely good for our hormone production, so they say. But do try it and see how you feel. See how the cellulitis around your thighs look like, whether it's improving, ladies, or not. But do monitor yourself. So all this advice I pass on to you, it's always down to you, down to the individual. You try it, you test it. If it works for you, you keep it up. But you do need to go with it for a month. Or you know the rule, 21 days every single day, and then see how you're reacting to it. Of course, when it comes to nut butters, please do be aware that you might have intolerances, so take them as separate entities and see how your stomach is feeling. With these cashew butters, nut butters that you can consume also as an addition to your meal, after your meal, which hopefully suppress sweet cravings as well. So we do know that these oils are high in calories. So when you introduce additional oils to the diet, even avocados, which I think we should consume at least a half or a whole avocado a day, do add it to your food diaries and monitor the overall calorie intake. Clearly, if you add these additional fats, you have to reduce the amount of carbs in your diet, but keep the complex carbs. We will talk about this just a bit later. So you do monitor your calorie intake, use MyFitnessPal. It's easy to use, 20 minutes for the first time, sit down, log in your whole day and try to tweak the application, see how you can manage, how you can be quicker with adding foods, scanning the barcodes, etc., etc. Then we're looking at a guideline 2, which is the protein intake. Most people under-consume on quality proteins. I say quality proteins because if you eat ribs, might not be from the right sources and might not be that much on the meat, fleshy meat on it. So quality proteins increased in the diet. What's the guideline? Well, usually to start with anything from 1.62 grams per body weight kilogram, or if you like, you have that for pounds, so 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. How you calculate that? Well, obviously sit down, calculate with a smaller amount, and then if you use MyFitnessPal, you will be able to add these proteins up, because you can check individual foods, meals as well, if you like. And actually with MyFitnessPal, brilliant thing that wherever you are in the world, you will be able to find in that native language, you will be able to find the food, so you can log it in, so you don't need to stop even when you're on holiday. You can keep logging in, even in Hungarian, in my native language. So you're improving and increasing your protein intake, improving it by trying to buy organic wherever you can and eating protein with each meal. And that includes your snacks as well. So the good thing is, and I always advise people to start, when they start with me, to eat the 3 main meals at least, and if they can, adding an extra snack in the afternoon when they anyway will feel low on energy, and they will have a long gap between lunch and dinner. So adding a protein snack, depending on whether or not you have any intolerances, but if you don't have dairy intolerance, then obviously cottage cheese is a good snack. Ideally the plain version, not the sweetened one, and add your own fruits and nuts to it to make it richer and tastier. Some people love it with raisins, so think about it. Maybe a small handful of raisins or 2 flat tablespoons of raisins would be a good idea with your protein snack. But you can always snack on biltong, highest on protein. So 100 gram can contain 45 grams of protein, which is brilliant, isn't it? You can even consume that 100 gram in one go, I suppose, if you're used to this to the dry meat. Chew it properly. Chewing is quite important. So chewing means that minimum 20 times, but if you can chew something for 30 times, that's definitely going to be pre-digested. So you have your digestive system, especially if you are a quite stressed person and your digestive enzyme levels are low. So chew it properly, that will help digestion. Or eat some fresh vegetables with your snack or meals. With every large meal, main meal, we should have fresh vegetables, greens, reds and yellows, or at least one of those each time. So that will help digestion. So your increased protein intake will be counterbalanced by adding more vegetables to your diet. Vegetable smoothies, I always ask clients to do a detox to start with. that detox would be 2-3 days on vegetable and fruit smoothies. Adding coconut oil or some nut butters if there are no intolerances to it, or even some oats. If someone finds it too light and they get hungry very easily, then I ask them to blend some oats into the shakes, or if they gluten intolerant, then they use